Welcome to Taz Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 17th, 2025. We're going to be talking about NXT's Homecoming because we had an interesting show. I thought it was interesting. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am upset. I'm upset because of one thing. I turned on my game and all my unlockables and my creations, except for my faction unlockables. I don't know what the heck is that all about. But all my my rise and my the showcase, all of those guys is not in there. They all got deleted. It doesn't feel like my whole thing got deleted, because I still have my faction cards still in there. My faction game is still on there. My save game is still saved on there. I need to check my rise. Well, it doesn't matter because I can't get my other guys. Where is my rise? Getting confused. Yeah, it got deleted. So I was playing my game last night, and there was no problem. I had no problem with my game last night. I had my independent wrestling matches ready to play. I played some, and then I said, oh, it's getting late, so let's not do these matches and wait until tomorrow. I turned on to, my game today, and it showed me all the DLC packs that I have. It says all these are purchased. And then when I turn on my game and try to go on my universe mode, it was deleted. It didn't say it was corrupted. It just got deleted. And it's telling me you want to do tutorials and all that stuff. I lost everything. I lost all my universe mode. I am making a new universe mode. I did want to change some things, but I couldn't because I was so close to WrestleMania. And I can't go back and re-add Crown Jewel or Saturday's main events. Now I could, but I lose everything. I don't have my creations. I don't have my tag teams. I had different champions, and I don't have them now because I had to download them. So I'm hoping it's because the DLC's coming out, and they're going to wait until, oh, that one's purchased, because it's not purchased yet. So maybe after that one, I could get my game back. If not, I'd be pissed. Because I had a lot of work on that. I have a bad feeling it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be that easy. But I don't know what happened to my game. I really don't. Now, I really don't want to do my Rise again because you have to play that thing multiple times to unlock everything. I really don't want to do that. I want to unlock the Raw Arena 2011 and stuff like that. And I want to unlock all the wrestlers, but that takes a lot of time. I remember how much time it took me to do that. So I'm hoping because the DLC or the patch is coming up, because it's supposed to be coming in somewhere in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm hoping that my game comes back. My save game, I'm hoping. I don't understand why I still have my faction, but I don't understand it. I really don't understand the whole thing. I'm just a little more, I'm upset, I'm pissed, and I don't know what to do. I don't know anything. I never had this problem. It could be because of the DLC. Why would anything taken out if the DLC is coming out? Why didn't it do it yesterday when the DLC wasn't coming out? Why wouldn't it do it a couple of days ago? Why didn't it do it when I came back from my trip? I don't understand this whole thing. Why is it now? The only thing I could think of that is because the DLC or the patch coming out, and maybe WWE 2K is trying to say, wait until this comes out, and then you can play your game. Because right now, you have a season pass, And you're supposed to have this DLC, but you have to wait until it comes out. So I'm hoping when it comes out, I restart my game and I get my universe mode back. Because I'm tired of it. I'd seen a lot of people complain about it on Twitter, on Instagram, and all that stuff. I thought I would never have that problem. But now it's something I have a problem with. And I'm hoping it gets fixed. I don't know if I'm going to get my stuff back. I don't know. My creations. But it's not going to stop me not playing the game. It's just now it's going to take me a while to get where I was before. If it doesn't get fixed, it will take me a while to get where I was before. Because I had to download people. I had to get all my universe mode ready, all of the options and all this stuff, people's overalls, make some tag teams, download people. So yeah, it's going to take me a while. I'm hoping when this DLC comes out and the patch comes out, I get everything back. Maybe I don't have to use this new universe mode I have. Maybe it's going to finally come back. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I never had that problem. The last couple of DLCs, I never had this problem that my thing gets taken out. I never had a problem with that. I don't know if it's something new. I have no idea. I don't know if it's a glitch. If it is a glitch, I lost everything. So let's see what happens. I will be more pissed if it doesn't work. But I will have to do what I have to do. And that's to do this. Some reason my faction is still on there. I didn't lose anything of that. I still have my unlockables from my faction. I still have my points I have on my faction. I have everything I have still. It's just my rise, the showcase, and my creations, and some reason my universe mode as well. It's really annoying. It didn't say it was corrupted. It's just telling me that if I want tutorials, I never had a notice saying I got corrupted. Normally on my other Xboxes or other games, it would tell me I got corrupted. This thing did not tell me it got corrupted. And it didn't say, do I agree of that thing? I forgot what it's called. It's like the terms. It did not tell me that. Like when it actually, when you start the game, when you just bought the game, it would tell you to read all this thing and you agree to it, the terms. I guess if you want, you can't swear on people's names, or it could be an Xbox Live thing. I have no idea, but it could be anything. But it did not tell me to do that. It just tell me you want to do tutorials. And it tells me all the DLCs I purchase. It did not tell me about my 2K accounts. Do I want to do that or anything like that? Like the actual, when you start the game. When you first buy the game and you got no save on the game. It will tell you you want to agree to this. You put your 2K account on there. And all that stuff. And then it will give you tutorials and all that stuff. It doesn't have that for me. It just told me, do you want to do tutorials? And then I said no. And then it says all the purchase things. All the DLC I purchase. All the DLCs that I have on the game. So I have all the DLCs. I have my faction. It's just the things that I unlocked or I had created is gone. I don't understand the whole my faction. I don't know how is that still in there. Thank God it is, because I don't want to lose all the cards, because I could still make the Shield. I could make WCW and ECW because I got a whole bunch of wrestlers in there. It's just my rise is annoying. The showcase, it won't be that much annoying. You can speed run through that. There's some matches that you can't really speed run. But I know the last match of the showcase, I don't have to do. It doesn't do anything. You don't get any wrestlers. So the last, because they have this extra match that you need to do. I think it was like the Bloodline Gauntlets. It doesn't mean anything. It does nothing. So your awards is something by Showcase Award. But you don't win arenas, you don't win wrestlers, you don't win championships to unlock. So I don't have to do that one. But I need to do the rest. But I'm hoping when I could download this DLC, I get my save back. That's what I'm hoping. Because it's kind of convenient that this thing is happening when this DLC is coming out. It's convenient. Because it could have done it in any other different day. But it's convenient that I get in this problem now when there's a patch coming out and when there's a DLC coming out. And this thing is talking about my DLCs I purchased. And it doesn't have the DLC of the Attitude Era one. So it doesn't have that. So maybe it's waiting for me to download that DLC and maybe I could get my save back. I don't know, because I started a new universe mode. I didn't start a new showcase or my rise. I didn't start nothing new. So I don't know, because I started a new universe mode. I started fixing things how I want them to be. I don't know, that's because, and then I replaced my universe mode with this universe mode. I don't know if that's a thing, or I'm just, or this is like, you had to wait and then you get your save back because you got the DLC. I have no idea. I don't know how electronics works. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about NXT. I'm really upset about it. My heart almost broke because this happened, because I worked so hard. I had a whole bunch of great matches for WrestleMania. I will still try to do it. I have all the WrestleMania matches on my old phone. So if I want to make them, I have all of them. Making sure I don't show you guys numbers. But I have all my WrestleMania matches. That's a good thing that I created my WrestleMania match card. Making sure there's no phone number. I made my you guys can't even see that. I made my own WrestleMania match card. I do this all the time if I don't remember a match, because you can't make a triple threat as a rivalry. So if I want to do a rivalry match, if I want to do a triple threat, I have to try to remind myself on this pay-per-view that triple threats is on there. So all my WrestleManias for my current show, my old school, if I do it independent wrestling, I don't think I will, if that happens. But I have all of my WrestleMania matches already up here. It's not like I don't remember my WrestleMania matches. So if this thing doesn't work, I could simulate to until WrestleMania, and make my matches happen at WrestleMania. But the problem is, some of these wrestlers I downloaded, I had to download them, or they were from my Rise. So I had to unlock them from my Rise, even on my showcase as well. So I'm hoping that I don't have to wait long. So let's talk about NXT, ladies and gentlemen. We got some return. We got a TNA star showing up as well. But I want to get you guys notice that Big Joseph wouldn't shut up about TNA. They said TNA's been tweeting out multiple times saying that they want to be part of the show, but they weren't part of the show. So they're trying to give warnings to Shawn Michaels and Triple H that they will do something. So I have no idea what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, some people made the return. So Ruka and Zarya is having arguments because what happened last week. She got Soul Snatcher onto Zarya, and then so Ruka said, "You're about to spear me too." So, and then they got confronted by Laney Raid because she has a no contendership for the Speed title, and then she says she's going to be Candice LeRae, and then Candice came out. She said, "You can't beat me." And then when that was done, that talk happened, Shayna Baszler made a return. And she said to Ruka and Zarya, "I had partners before. She had her problems. She won tag titles. She says, you guys have to fix this and apologize." She wants Ruka and Zarya to fix this. Next, we got Sami Zayn showing up. He wasn't in the ring, but Sami Zayn was there. And he says there's a guy in his mind that could be the top star in the main roster, and it was Javon Evans. Josh Briggs got upset about that, saying because he's just a kid and he's nothing and all that stuff. Javon Evans just jumped on Josh Briggs. Security guards got rid of Josh Briggs, and Sami Zayn pulled Javon Evans in, and he's telling him advice that he's a main star. And it gets hard for the underdogs, but you could make yourself big if you focus. He needs to focus and stop worrying about Josh Briggs. And then we got the Grayson Waller effect. This is why TNA got more angry. I'll tell you guys why. We had the Grayson Waller effect with Oba Femi and Ricky Sainz as the special guest. Well, Grayson Waller called him a Timu wannabe Grayson Waller. All that stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, big promos, big things that they said to each other. They talk trash to each other. Oba thinks that Ricky Sainz is not ready and all that stuff. He's just a flash in the pan. Ricky Sainz says he fought, and he tried out once to be in the WWE, and he got a no. But he says he's here now, and he wants to be the NXT champion. And then they got interrupted by Trick Williams. And Trick said, Ricky Sainz, let the adults talk. Let's talk about it. I don't know why he keeps saying that. It gets annoying when he keeps saying that. Let's talk about it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he says, Oba, you have something that belongs to me, and that's the NXT Championship. So Grayson Waller says, I will do this. He will talk to Ava and make a match next week. The TNA World Champion, Trick Williams, versus the NXT Champion, Oba Femi, for both titles. For the TNA title and the NXT title. And if whoever wins, they will face Ricky Sainz for both titles at No Mercy. This is why TNA got upset, because NXT is taking over the TNA World title and putting it on the line on their show. TNA is not happy. I saw some of the tweets, and they want to take over. I think we might have an invasion angle between TNA and WWE, or NXT, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, and then ladies and gentlemen, next we got Finn Balor returns. Everybody loved it because he had his old theme song, his old Finn Balor theme song, and his Titantron with the X's, and he's the Prince. Lexus King came out, and he says, Ava made official that next week it will be Miles Bourne versus Lexus King in a lights out match. And then the lights went out already. And it was Finn Balor to distract Lexus King. And then he did his... That's how you did it, right? That's how you did it? And he pointed at Lexus King. Behind him, it was Miles Bourne. And then a coup de grace onto Lexus King to end that segment. That was pretty cool. Next return, we got Bobby Roode makes his return. He didn't get no pop. I'm sorry for him. But Ren Sinclair and Charlotte Dempsey It looks like Charlie Dempsey is going to take off from NXT for a month to be in Japan. He's going to be in Japan. I guess there's going to be a tournament. Right? There's a tournament? Something like that. Sometimes WWE or AEW does a Japan tournament. G1, I think it's called. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something in Japan. And Ren Sinclair has to be the boss of nobody, because there's nobody else in the No Quarter Cash group. But she said Glorious, and then Bobby Roode showed up. But he got no pop. The fans didn't care for him. That's just rude. And then she wanted him to do the thing, do the Glorious. And then she said the name of Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry comes out with his music. And Bobby Roode believes in Joe Hendry. Because he was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And he saw Joe Hendry bringing that title to WrestleMania. And he says, now there's one more title that I won and that you're trying to go for. And that's the NXT title. He believes that Joe Hendry could be the NXT champion. And Ren Sinclair wasn't listening to Charlie Dempsey. Charlie says, don't do something that I won't do. Yeah. Well, that's the end of that. All the returns of the segments. But we do have one more. The man that made NXT. The man that was the boss of NXT when it first started. Triple H. Triple H came out and said, he talked about the history of NXT and all that stuff. And then he brings out the current boss of NXT, and that's Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, he knows that his group is ready to make the future. But Triple H asks Shawn Michaels a question. What if I want to come back to NXT? Be the boss of NXT? Shawn Michaels says, I didn't want to make this awkward, but we will have a problem if you do want to come back. When Regal comes out, the former general manager of NXT, I totally forgot he was a general manager. How did I forget the guy that was like a general manager for years for NXT? And his last general manager thing is when he had Samoa Joe as his bodyguard. Remember that? That was in the pandemic era. And then William Regal says there's only a way to end this problem. The fans knew it was. They said War Games. But William Regal told the fans, that's my thing. He's going to pretend that you guys didn't say that. And then he said his thing, War Games. I can't do it how he does it. And then here comes Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And they named some because they said no, they have respect for Shawn Michaels and Triple H, but it didn't matter who was the boss. It was the women that made NXT, because at NXT was the very first time they did the Women's Revolution. And they named off some people. They named Paige, Asuka, Carmella, and I believe that's it. And then Alexa Bliss named some people like Ember Moon. She said Ember, but we all know it's Ember Moon. They named some AEW guys. Women. I don't know what I'm saying. But Alexa Bliss says we could name a lot of people, but they have a tag team title match. So we have this tag team title match. It'll be Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Taya Paxley and Izzy Dame of The Calling. It was a pretty decent tag team match, but the winner of that match, and still your tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And now they have to worry about the Raw and SmackDown because there's people who want that titles at Raw and SmackDown. I wish they were back to the black and gold, but they weren't. They were still silver and black. And the title was NXT Homecoming. But it was cool to see some of the old school NXT stars. Then we had Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes versus DIY. Tommaso Ciampa had his old theme, his old Titantron. He was the psychopath. And Johnny Gargano had his old theme song, I think in Rebel Hearts, something like that. and his old attire when he was part of NXT. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent tag team match. I enjoyed it. Trick Williams kind of has a little problem with Carmelo Hayes. And it looked like Trick Williams was about to attack Carmelo Hayes, but he jumped over Carmelo Hayes and hit one of the DIY guys. But the winner of that match, because of the help of The Miz doing a Squad Quest finale on Johnny Gargano outside the ring, the referee was distracted. The winner of that match was Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Bleh. Stupid dang Miz. When you ever been in NXT? Why are you here? You ruined the homecoming. My God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, next we got the North American Championship on the line. Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze. It was great to see Tyler Breeze back on the NXT scene and going for a championship. Because the last couple of times we've seen Tyler Breeze, it was on up, up, down, down. And I thought he would never wrestle. I thought he said he would never wrestle again. He's a trainer on in the Performance Center. But now he's wrestling. His very first match since a couple of years. It was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was Ethan Page. But Ethan Page was the Latin American Champion, I believe it's called. From AAA. Dr. Wanger Jr., he was in the audience. And looks like Ethan Page still has a problem with the Dr. Wanger. And ladies and gentlemen, our main event will be Stephanie Baker teaming up with Rhea Ripley. I thought it was Tiffany Stratton, but it's Laura Valkyria to versus the Fatal Influence, Paula Hanley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix. It was a pretty decent match. Booker T went nuts because there was a double Devil's Kiss from Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Baker, and they pointed at Booker T. This is for you. And Booker T went nuts. He's doing the thing. Big Joseph is fanning Booker T. That was the funny part. But the winner of that match, with a little help of Lola Boyce, because JC Jane tried to run away from Mommy, and Lola Boyce did a little choppy chop. And the winner of that match was Rhea Ripley's team, getting the win. Old school NXT. I don't know about Stephanie Baker, because she was still in that NXT, the silver and black. So she wasn't really in the old school, not like Laura Valkyria was in the orange, yellow and orange NXT. And Rhea Ripley was in the black and gold NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, and then we saw in the backstage with Rigo and Ava and I believe security guards and Trick Williams and Oba family have a face-off before their match at NXT next week for both world titles. And Ava says the TNA stars are going crazy. She's looking at the Twitter and they're going crazy. Will we see something happen next week? It makes sense that they show up next week because their world title is getting defended by another NXT star on NXT. And remember, Mike Santana is supposed to have a title shot at Bound for Glory. Nobody announced that. What's going to happen at Bound for Glory? If Oba Femi wins the title, does he go to Bound for Glory and face Mike Santana? But remember, I believe No Mercy is before Bound for Glory. So if Ricky Sage wins the titles, Ricky Sage versus Mike Santana at Bound for Glory because he will be holding the TNA's World Championship. My prediction is going to be a disqualification because of the TNA stars. That's my prediction of this whole thing. I think the TNA stars is going to make a disqualification. We're going to see. I think it's the same invasion that Raw and SmackDown did when they had three brands facing each other at Survivor Series. And the Alliance won in 2001. Remember when they had WCW and ECW attacking WWE? We're going to have an invasion. And it's with TNA stars. That's what I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see it. But let's see what happens next week. Like I said, I will be going to AEW All Out this Saturday. There's a lot of matches are getting made. Mark Briscoe will be in a ladder thumbtacks match. Don't know what the heck that is. I don't know how you win that match. Do you climb the ladder or you put somebody in thumbtacks? Or you pin somebody? You pin MJF or you pin Mark Briscoe? I have no idea. I don't know. And there's a Unified Championship Fatal 4-Way match people are qualifying for. There's a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match that's going to be for the Tag Team titles at All Out. This week, September to remember, that match is going to be qualified matches for that 4-way match. So there's going to be a lot of things happening here. I thought there was a ladder match. Was there a ladder match? I have no idea. I don't remember. I did check the t-shirts out on AEW Shop. I don't have a favorite wrestler in AEW. That's crazy, right? I want to say Kenny Omega is my favorite wrestler, but I don't know. I'd rather get his shirt if he's wrestling. He's not wrestling on AEW All Out. So I don't know if I'm going to get any merch from AEW. I don't know. I've never been into a wrestling show and never got merch. Maybe when I first started going to wrestling shows, I didn't get merch. Because we didn't bring money for merch. We just went there to watch the wrestling. And then the last couple of years, I went to wrestling and we got merch. But this could be the first time that in a couple of years I never got merch from a wrestling show. I don't know yet. I have no idea. Beats me. But that's all me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Wish me luck. I get my saved data back from this game. I will be more pissed if I don't. But, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it is a little convenience that this thing is showing me all my purchases, all my DLCs I have, except for the one that's supposed to be coming out today. And why is it showing me this now? And why are you showing me this now? It didn't do it yesterday. It didn't show me my purchase yesterday. It didn't show me all my DLCs I had. So, I don't know what it means. Why? It didn't tell me anything yesterday. On the bottom of my loading screen, it would tell me this DLC is purchased. It means you got it. It talking about the Y6 one. It tells me about the Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin one, the WrestleMania pack, the one with New Jack was in, Abyss, and the NBA guys, but it didn't tell me anything about the DLC that's coming out. I think it's just waiting for that DLC. Because I guess it's not updated. The save data is not updated because I'm supposed the season pass says I get all the DLCs. I don't have all the DLCs yet. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but maybe it could be because of that. So I have this. It still has my name on it, my gaming tag, and it still has my faction in it. It just took out everything else I have, except for my faction. I would be more upset if my faction is gone because I got all these Persona cards and I can't get them again because the time ran out. So I don't know what to do with that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that when I download this, install this DLC, restart my game, I get my save data back. I don't know if I replaced it now because I made a new universe mode. I don't know. But I'm hoping because I don't care about the universe mode. I could make a new universe mode. I don't care for that. There's things I want to change a bit anyways. But I want my creation guys back. I want my legends back that I got from my Rise and the showcase. I want those back. I didn't really do anything for the island. The only thing I did for the island is got the paybacks, and they're easy to get. So I don't really care for that. I don't have to do matches to get the paybacks. I just had to create a whole bunch of accounts to get those guys. I didn't get no wrestlers from the island. So I don't care about that. But everybody else, everything else, the creations, my my rise, my the showcase, I care for those because I don't want to do them again. Universe mode, it sucks I had to start new, but I could do it. I just don't want to download all my creations again. So yeah. That's all me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW results. I will tell you guys on that results if I got everything back. If I keep saying that, I'm jinxing it, am I? But ladies and gentlemen, that's all me today. Tell yourself, bye.